bless you people.
Die.
Oh, very clever, War. Eat any good books lately?
This is the most mature audiences only you've ever heard. Period. From Boston. Broadcasting all over the world. Send the soy boys home. 'Cause we ain't gonna sugarcoat shit.
Drop down, I'm gonna give it to you.
This is the Joe Cronin Show. Now, here's Joe Cronin. Joe Cronin.
Big dick energy.
Come, you fucking crazy fuck.
Looks like my little lass eats the shape.
About Joe Cronin, like I could care less. About Joe Cronin, like I could care less. I'm not really a fan of Joe Cronin, but definitely not a fan.
He thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone. And he's a very shock jock or whatever. But I have to explain, he looks like one of those guys that from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper.
That guy is retarded, and yeah, I could care less about him, dude.
This is the Epic Voice Guy. You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show.
Oh, gotta get a big intro in there so we can make sure the alert goes out to everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever fucking time. I don't even know what it is. I don't know what time it is. Last night I went on a little bit of a weird rant about Full House, which if you're not on Patreon, you should really be on Patreon, because I have a feeling that those meant to offend podcasts are going to get weirder and weirder. So I hope everybody enjoyed the meant to offend podcast clip where I talked about Full House. It actually started because I started thinking I actually did sound like Bob Saget. I don't know why, but I was like, man, you know what? I kind of sound like Bob Saget. You know, which, by the way, in and of itself is a joke, because that's just ridiculous. Like, who the fuck says, I think I sound like Bob Saget? Oh, I don't know. But it was pretty funny to me, and I put it up on Patreon, and then I went on a rant about Full House and how ugly all the people are in the... You ever seen the story, the true story of Full House documentary? God damn, if they didn't get the ugliest motherfucking versions of each one of those people. It was unbelievable. The guy that plays John Stamos looks like a retard butler who gives hand jobs on the side of the road for fucking fentanyl to be squirted into his asshole. Like, it's just really, these people are fucked up looking that play... You know, so I mean, if you missed my podcast on Patreon, please go listen to it. It's like 19 minutes of I attempted to be funny. But look at this. I mean, they look pretty good there. You know, everybody looks great. You know, kid. You know, but then the people that play them are just fucking terrifying. What the fuck am I looking at here? Dave Coulier looks like he raped everyone on the set. And the guy playing John Stamos, I don't even fucking want to say what I think of him. And by the way, the girl that plays Candace's character, she looks like Kimmy Gibbler fucking ate Miss Piggy. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Anyway, whatever. I talked about that on Patreon. Go check it out. Maybe you'll care, maybe you won't. I don't know. Who gives a shit? Wish I had some opium right now. I'm just kidding. I never smoked opium. It's a nice day out. The sun is shining. That's good news. Dodger fans are happy. Baseball playoffs are looking pretty fun right now. I'm kind of liking the baseball playoffs right now. Those one-game playoffs are hits, man. I'll tell you, because you can catch them. You know, like I never would have saw an ounce of the Dodgers game had it not been a one-game playoff. And I didn't even see it all. I just saw the highlights for the most part, and then watched some more of it. And then, you know, the Red Sox game, I saw the whole thing, obviously. 77 million. 7 million, 7.7 million people, I think, turned into the, what do you call it? The Red Sox, tuned in to watch the Red Sox or whatever it was. So that's nice. You know, that's not bad. But people were like, oh, you know, it's not that big a deal. It was the biggest game since 1998 on ESPN. And people were like, well, it's not fair because it was one day. So you get one day on ESPN, you get a one playoff game. You know, if they put out a one playoff game, I get it. If they put out a one playoff game back in 1998, I mean, what would the ratings be? Probably 20 million, right? Maybe. I don't know. I don't even know the numbers. But I'm guessing, I have no idea. So maybe 20 million. Maybe there's 20 million viewers if it's 1998 one-game playoff. You know? Maybe that's what happens if it's a year ago. But here's a little bit of... so I will talk about that. CM Punk gave away his shoes to somebody who didn't even seem to care that much. I mean, probably because it was an Orange Cassidy, but this kid was staying in character the whole time. He was like, oh, thanks for the shoes. Like, he was just like, whatever. I'm getting shoes. I'm getting $1,000 shoes right now. Oh. Like, it was just weird. He had no care, you know, whatsoever about it. He was like, oh, I'm getting shoes. Yay. Thanks for the shoes, CM Punk. But here's a little bit of the Full House rant real quick here. I got Dunkin' Donuts rolling, but I wish I had a window in this room. I really need a fucking window. I need to operate in a room with a window. This room is too dark and there's no windows. Like, it drives me nuts. I need to operate right near a window where I can look outside and be like, the life. Look at that. Especially when you're sick like I am. I can't even smell right now. I can't smell anything. I smell nothing at this point. I didn't think I was going to get this cold, man. I watched it run through the entire family, and I'm like, all right, everybody's getting it, but I'm not going to get it because I'm taking vitamins up the ass, and I'm fucking crazy. And nope, I got it. Didn't fucking matter. Vitamin didn't matter worth a fuck. I still got it. Ridiculous. Fucking vitamins. I want my money back. I'm fucking loaded on vitamins. I mean, the only one that didn't really get that sick was Gavin now. I mean, I thought I was in the Gavin category. I'm like, okay, I'm in the Gavin category. You know, he kind of got a sore throat, was like, ugh, for a couple days, and that was it. But everybody else in the family, like 2 to 3 weeks of just it mutating from this to the other thing, from the chest to the face to the eyes to the ears. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get that because I'm like Gavin, you know. But no, nostrils, face, I can't even smell anything right now. Nope, I got fucked. I did not expect that. Not at all. Have you seen the show Squid Game? No, but I hear everybody talking about it. I've heard everybody talking about Squid Game, but I haven't seen Squid Game. I've heard everybody talking about the Sopranos movie, which I don't know, man. I'm not even a Sopranos fan, really. I haven't got into that show ever. Not that it's not good. I just haven't got into it. I don't know anything about it. So all I can say is from what I've seen is that it's a lot of like, remember this? And then like you don't actually see a good version of it, which reminds me of Solo. It even a little bit reminds me of seeing the Kobayashi Maru Star Trek stuff in 2009. I was like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see how Kirk did it. I don't really want to see how Kirk did it or how this happened. I don't want to see this, you know? And I know that that's something people are like, oh, yeah, I always wanted to see that. Oh, but you really don't want to see it. You really hope that you don't see it. Because when you see it, you're disappointed. And you're like, fuck. Like, this sucks. So you really don't want to see it. At all. Oh, Jake just sent me a voice message. Maybe it's more bad. Maybe we can get more bad news on this show. Can't every day more bad news from everything. This person hates me now. That person hates me for now. I don't know why. This person's leaving. That person's leaving. This person's in the hospital. This person's sick. This is dead. That's dead. This don't work. This don't work. That's done. You're done. You're banned.
Hey, sexy. I'm just getting home from the hospital now.
Oh.
And, I miss you like crazy.
Oh, this is Jake.
Good. I'm really proud of Gavin. That's awesome.
Oh, he's just a personal message. You know, Jake, switch places with me, man. And when I'm in the hospital, I'm putting that thing around my neck. And they're going to come in and they're going to be like, we were going to work on his stomach, but now, oh, he's dead. You know, let's hear a little bit of the Full House rant. By the way, Cow Palace Dave, thank you very much for the super chat, man. What's up? How are you, sir? Let me just shout out Cow Palace Dave. I'm sure that donation's going to play in a few minutes, but might as well just shout it out right now, man. Thank you for dropping the 5. 30% to Google, 20% to the taxes. $2.50. America. All right, welcome to another episode of Bill Burr Laughs at My Jokes. The whole premise was that Bill Burr was laughing at everything I was saying because I have a clip of him laughing. And I'm like, it'd be funny to just, like, I say stuff that's not even that funny at all, and then Bill Burr just laughs at it. I don't know why, but that's funny to me. Or like Dave Chappelle laughs at I make Dave Chappelle laugh at my horrible shit that I say. I'm into that. Let me go over that. Bill, you would laugh at that. You would laugh at that, Bill. You sick piece of shit, Bill Burr. Bill Burr in the studio, everybody. I really appreciate Bill being here just to laugh at all my jokes, or laugh at anything I'm saying. They're not really jokes, but they're just things that I say. Anyway, speaking of Bob Saget, I just realized he kind of sounds like me a little bit. Not quite, but especially with me being sick right now, I feel like I kind of sound like him a bit. Let me pull up Bob Saget. I never thought about this. I kind of think I sound like Bob Saget. This is weird. I have never noticed this until just now. Here we go. Here's Bob Saget. Let's listen to him.
This is going to be an episode that Full House fans and Fuller House fans are going to listen to because Jodie Sweetin is my guest.
All right, kind of.
I've known her.
You know, I just realized, wait a minute, this is Bob. I just realized something about Bob Saget's podcast, too, by the way. I just realized that when he does a podcast and he has, like, a member from Full House on his podcast, he has to basically be, like, more mellow and, like, tame so he doesn't alienate the fan base. He's got to be freaked out whenever he has, like, a fellow Full Houser on, right? Because he knows a bunch of people are going to tune in who are like, I just love Full House. And then Bob Saget's going to be like, yeah, you know, one time I fucked a goddamn cocksucker from Guatemala in front of a preschool. And you know what's funny? They only arrested him. You know, like, or some, I don't know, fucking, I'm just making shit up. But you know what I mean? And then the people are just like, oh my God, I can't believe how disgusting he is. I thought this was Danny Tanner. You know what he should do? Is he should reach out to the people who own, you know, Jeff Franklin and the people that own Full House, and Bob Saget should, he should ask if he could do a Danny Tanner podcast. That way it could be like Danny Tanner interviews Jodie Sweetin and all these other people, Candace, and that way he could like differentiate his real self from that character. I mean, that's a really interesting curse, you know, being Bob Saget. And I don't mean that as like he's a bad person or he has a curse on him like in a bad way, because I love Bob Saget. I love the fuck out of Bob Saget. There is nothing crazier than a guy who can literally come off as this wholesome, sweet dad that you wish he was your dad. You know what I mean? And when my father died when I was 8, Full House had just come on the air a little bit, and we were into the groove of watching all those shows. And me and my mother would continue to watch them all. And I took comfort in knowing Full House because my life was really great before my father died. I had a Leave It to Beaver type of family. My father was like Danny Tanner a little bit, but he was more of a computer nerd. But he was smart engineer, as my dad. And then after that, life fell apart. And the only thing that reminded me of when life was good and when things were sweet and nice and everything was watching Full House. Even though, like, now my mother had a boyfriend who came home and was drunk and a psychopath, and it was a whole different life. But anyway, bottom line is this guy's cursed because, like, it's like, Star Trek actors. It's like, okay, a lot of Star Trek actors, like, and actresses, like, they're pretty close to themselves. They're not that crazy. Maybe Maria Sirtis or whatever from Star Trek is the only one that's, like, out there compared to her character. But imagine becoming known worldwide for the guy who's like, hey, America's funniest home videos, and I'm Danny Tanner, the great father. But then you're at the comedy clubs being like, telling the fucking aristocrat shit and all these other things. And whatever, it's just weird. Because Bob Saget has a humor that is perfect. It's just wild, and it's exactly what you want in a comedian. And as a guy who's a little bit older than me, obviously I'm 37, and I don't know, Bob Saget's 50 or something like that. Probably older, maybe, but he looks younger. But he's got to be. It's just crazy that you have to. I think he's finally started kind of feeling bad, but he's known about this for years. He's always kind of felt bad that he's like. He's got to play this tightrope. Like, okay, am I in front of a comedy audience right now, or am I in front of a Full House fan who doesn't know what my comedy's like, Or am I in front of a Full House fan, but they also like me being a savage, so it's okay. And I feel like, a lot of times comedians kind of want to, they want to perform, but they want to make people, they want to be liked, they want people to like them so they can make them laugh. And, if you're trying to make someone laugh and then you say, hey, cock and cum, and then... 5 people stare at you like, oh my, ew, like, what are you doing, man? Like, what? And I don't know, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it's a weird thing. Anyway, I don't know I don't think I really sound like him that much, but I do kind of like hear a little bit of it. But it could be because I'm sick right now. So I think the sickness is making me sound like Bob Saget.
Since she's 5 years old. Wow, right? That's what I say. And we've always been good friends.
He's talking about Jodie Sweetin. He goes, I've known her since she was 5 years old. Wow. That's what I say. Wait, let's go back. Hold on a minute. That was pretty funny, actually. And I don't even think he meant to be funny, but that's funny.
All right. That's what I say. And we've always been good friends. I've known her since she's 5 years old. Wow, right? That's what I say. And
put the laugh on for that. You fucking better laugh at that, Bill Burr, you fucking cunt from Canton, Mass.
We've always been good friends, and even more so as she became a young woman, and now that she's...
Oh, we're getting real dangerous here. Let's see where...
blossomed into an amazing...
I don't know, man. 5 years old, blossomed, young woman. Like, we're getting, like, we need to get off this fucking railroad track.
Person and learned so much, and I've learned from her. And she's been there for me when I've...
I hope she hasn't learned too much from you.
When I've needed her, actually. And helped me with her life experience. And she puts a lot of that in her book, Unsweetened. Unsweetened. You can get it on Amazon.
What a great name for Jodie Sweetin's book. Are you serious? Fuck, I'll sweeten the fuck out of her. When I was a kid, I had a giant crush on her. I think I was watching Full House when she was 5, no doubt. So I must have been, I must have been, fuck, how old was I? Full House? When was Full House on? 1990? 1987 was the first. Wow, the same year that Star Trek's The Next Generation debuted. In fact, the same month, I think. The same month. Wow, so Jodie Sweetin was 5, and I was about 4 years old. I was 4 years old. Shit, she's only a year older than me. Yeah, so when I was about 7, man, I wanted to fucking kiss her, man. I mean, I didn't know anything about jerking off and coming, or I would have came all over the screen too, but no, when I was 7, I was more thinking about, ooh, I'm in love. I want to kiss her. I want her to be my girlfriend. Like, I was actually having those fantasies when I was 7 and 6. And, you know, like when I was a little kid, man, Stephanie Tanner, that's what I wanted. I wanted a piece of her fucking goddamn everything. So that means I would have been, you know, so probably like 1990 is when I was like, yeah, I like her. Like, I didn't like her in 1987 when it was 1987 and I was 4 and she was 5. I didn't have a crush on her yet, you know. It wasn't until about probably 1989 or so that I was like, damn, yeah, man, I want some of Stephanie, you know. And then it wasn't until about the year 2000. No, it wasn't 2000. It was probably, no, it was way before that. It was like 1993. Probably about when I was like 10, 1994, I was 10. So in 1994, when I was 10, I wanted to fuck Kimmy Gibbler. I was like, I want to eat Kimmy Gibbler. Like, I mean, it's weird, man. So, I mean, we're just going through the whole Full House crew at this point, right? I always wanted a piece of, you know, what's her face? That Lori lady who went to jail recently or something. You know, I wanted, yeah, she was hot. You know, Dave Coulier. I didn't like Dave Coulier, but I used to have weird fantasies that he raped me, and that I would sue him later on. Like, I had a weird fantasy that I went to L.A. to try out to be an actor, and he was one of the people on the show, and then we went in the back, and then he touched me, and I was like, whoa, this is weird, but I didn't say anything because like he's famous and I like him too, but yeah, why are you touching my pecker? You know, and then I went on to sue him and become this millionaire. Like, I sued the whole fucking cat. Like, I sued everybody. I sued Jeff Franklin. I sued Full House. I sued the TV stations, networks, everything. And they were like, oh, you know, you can't prove this. But I could prove it because I had one of those Home Alone tape recorders. You know those Home Alone tape recorders from the movie? I had one of those, and I got him on audio saying, it's going to be okay. You're going to pee white, though, soon. And I was like, ugh. And that's on tape, and so I won $1 million. But then I woke up from the dream and realized it was a dream, and I was like, what the fuck was that about? And then I went back to fantasizing about fucking Kimmy Gibbler. So that was me at 10 years old. It was a great time in my life, and I was a horny person. Man, but I'll tell you what. Did you guys ever see the made-for-TV version of the story of Family Matter or Full House? You guys got to see this, and it doesn't do it justice for me to tell you on this audio podcast. You have to see a picture. In fact, you know what? I'm going to make it the picture of the podcast. I'm going to put the wrong picture up. If you ever get a chance, go look up the unauthorized Full House story. It's fucking bizarre. It's like they purposely made everybody look like a fucking horrific person. Like, the guy playing Dave Coulier looks like a pedophile, creep, fucking ugly guy. The guy playing Danny Tanner, again, looks like a creep, pedo, fucking uglier person. The guy playing Uncle Jesse is, again, uglier and weird. And then the girl that plays Candace, not to be mean here, but she looks like a pig. And the girl playing Michelle has big fat cheeks. The girl playing Stephanie looks pretty, almost accurate, actually. Kind of accurate a little bit. I'm curious to see what she grew up to look like. But anyway, they look like fucking weirdos. Go look it up. It's the weirdest fucking thing. It's the biggest, like, example of, like, discount people you've ever seen in your life. You know, it's very strange. Very fucking strange. And John Stamos, I mean, I'm sorry. You were just going to fail no matter what you casted for him, because John Stamos is fucking hot, okay? I would fucking kill people just to smell his asshole, all right? Like, I mean, John Stamos is a fucking good-looking man, All right? I would shave his pubes and eat them one at a time live on TV if I could just stare into his eyes for 30 seconds inside of a Chuck E. Cheese. All right? And then drown him in a ball pit and step on his head. I don't know what what am I doing right now? This is like, I'm trying to be funny, so I'm saying crazy shit. But anyway, these are my thoughts on Full House, and I don't know where this was supposed to be a whole different podcast, and it went into this, and so here we are on this very strange avenue that we've taken here. I'm sick. Have I said that before? I just figured out who Jodie looks like. Jodie Sweetin from Full House. She looks, man, she's my age too. God damn it, I still love you. I love her. Oh my God, I'm leaving Leah. She looks like Wendy, what's her face? That political journalist lady, Wendy something, who I find is weirdly hot. She kind of got the same kind of vibe going on. Let me tell you. Got that same vibe going on. I'm going to have to hit up Danny Tanner. There she is. Look at that.
Some people are probably...
And I mean, I was like 5'4". I was little.
Some of my listeners in their 20s actually eat that. That's all they eat.
I mean, it's an effective...
stomach filler?
Something. I don't even know. I can't. All I'm picturing is like someone just stuffed with wax, and it's really not. It's not a good picture.
No, it's a museum that we can't even go to. First rule of improv with me is.
By the way, I already hate her because she has the fucking Yeti microphone. She's a goddamn Hollywood person, and she's got the goddamn Yeti. Can somebody get this person? Let's just call her a bitch. Somebody get this bitch a Shure microphone or a RE20. Or anything, an Audio-Technica, just get this fucking Yeti. Oh! And it looks like a big penis thing. I mean, it really just, in her face, which is not so bad, actually.
Just don't go with it.
Unfortunately, I do. I told
She's got kind of a Stephanie McMahon vibe going on, though, right now.
The story recently. They were like, oh, what was it like growing up with Bob? I said, well, Bob really informed my sense of humor. I said, but I believe it was at the rap party for Fuller House. I said, Bob and I were talking, and I said something. I don't remember exactly what it was, probably.
Jesus, I just coughed, and it felt like somebody stabbed me in the throat. Like, I bet my throat just stuck to my... I don't know what the fuck that was.
And I said, wait, Bob, did I out-Bob you?
The thing is, I always...
Weird what I was going to say. I figured it out. Well, if you guys, I just figured we'd play a little bit of the rant. There's a lot more. Obviously, it's up on Patreon, and for you guys who are patrons, you heard this, that 20 minutes on Full House, which is an excerpt from a full podcast I did that I'm releasing later today, so you'll hear that as well. Very weird, savage, strange comments from me, but hey, what are you gonna do? So let's go to the Super Chats at this point. Let's go see if there are any Super Chats or donations. Donation link is down below in the description box, both of them, and Super Chats over there. And let's go see what those are. And enjoy these shows, baby. Hit that like button. Share the videos out. I'm not normally live at 10 a.m. anymore, so this is a fun... either treat for you or a nightmare for you that I'm live at this point. So who knows which one of those it will be. I couldn't tell you. So let's go see what you guys are saying. I've loved you guys for years. I thank you for being here, man, and all these years that you guys have supported the show. And me and everybody there whatever I've done, you guys have been great. And much appreciated. And it's time for me to become Opie and play a donation.
Super Chat Party!
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah? There's Cow Palace Dave's $5 Super Chat. He is a producer as well on Patreon. Cow Palace Dave, thank you, my friend. Cow Palace Dave remembers Full House. I was watching Full House when I was like 5 till I was like, whoa, when did it end? I was like 11 when it ended. Probably 5 till like 10. I don't know, something like that. It was like, well, it was like 7 seasons. It's probably till 11. I was 11. No, I think I determined this the other day. I was 4 when it started. Anyway, I watched every single season from the beginning to the end. It started when Star Trek did. When Star Trek Next Generation came on. Full House debuted, I believe, the same year. And by the way, yeah, she has a shirt that says How Rude 2020, which is pretty fucking hilarious. And I was like, all right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good shit.
Hello! Billy, you cunt! Hello!
Oh.
Hello! Frog off!
Afternoon, Joe. Hope you're having a good start to your Thursday.
Nope.
Jake, we hope you're doing alright. We miss you. Appreciate all the content, Joe.
Oh, man. Thank you, D. Welsh. You're the best, brother. D. Welsh. D. Welsh. Thank you, D. Welsh, for the $5. And yeah, Jake's he just sent me a message. He sounds a lot better. I don't think it was made to be publicly played, though, so I didn't want to play it. I don't even know if he knows that I'm live. But he did just send me a message where he sounds pretty decent, so that's good news. I don't know if he's planning on jumping on today or this week, but I'm sure he'll be back soon maybe, and I'm just happy that if he's doing okay. You know, I just hope he's not in pain is all. So thank you, D. Welsh. Nice early morning here. I'm a little cold. I feel cold. I have the chills. I'm cold and I have the chills, and I can't smell anything out of my nose. I'm half vaccinated, so, you know, does that mean anything? I don't know. The Dodgers won last night. The Cardinals, big walk-off, bombs away. And we got a new song by Smile Empty Soul. Shout out to them. Let's go, and we'll be back in a minute with more Super Chats. Your Super Chats, your questions, your comments, your topics, and my topics and comments and things in just a second when we get back in just a minute. Smile Empty Soul, Bitterness, and Bleach. Grab a coffee, everybody. Or grab something, I don't know. Grab a woman, grab a man.
Orders come from psychopaths and babies. Follow them and see what happens next. Trade away your freedom now for safety. But freedom's lost on never coming back. The truth won't grow where the sun don't shine. No one knows when they've been left behind. Now I'm feeling hollow, bitterness and bleach. I don't recognize my face. No infection that I see. I'm never gonna follow. I'm moving some machine. I'll fucking fight you till the end. If it means losing everything, get off of me. Now I'm feeling hollow. Bitterness and bleach. I don't recognize my face. The reflection that I see, I'm never gonna follow. Moving some sheep. I'll fucking fight you till the end. If it means losing everything, get off of me. Get off of me. Bitterness and bleach. Bitterness and bleach. I'm coming home.
Not really a fan of Joe Cronin, but definitely not a fan.
He thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone, and he's a very shock jock or whatever. But I have to explain, he looks like one of those guys from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper.
That guy is retarded, and yeah, I could care less about him, dude.
This is the Epic Voice Guy. You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show.
Little pee break there.
Oh, yeah. We got a new subscriber.
Oh, no, you
Freak
didn't.
out.
No, you didn't. Manny Hassan. What's going on, Manny Hassan? Thanks for subbing to the channel, man. What's going on? We're going to get into the CM Punk thing in a minute. Dude, am I wrong? Let me know if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but I could be misremembering. And listen, I could pull up YouTube TV, go try to find the spot and figure this out for myself, but did the guy that CM Punk handed $1,000 shoes to, didn't he just go like, oh, cool? He wasn't like, holy shit, dude, you give me your fucking, he didn't even give a shit. You like, to me, maybe I'm missing, I could be wrong, but to me, it looked like the kid was like, oh yeah, I get $1,000 shoes, I get it. To me, I was like, what the fuck, dude? I'd be like, oh my God, CM Punk's talking to me? Oh my God, he's giving me his shoes if I was that age, this kid was kind of like, yeah, big deal. Okay, cool. Thanks for the shoes. Yeah, of course. Of course you give me the shoes. I'm going to stay in character. I don't know, man. I'm pretty impressed that the guy stayed in character while CM Punk handed him shoes,
Yeah, motherfucker, here we go. Everyone knows I'm out the window. Yep, yo, motherfucker, no romance, cause there ain't no chance in my happy pants. Could you perchance come and take this dance and leave me here? I'm a bad motherfucker, ain't got no fear. What the time? What's the time, motherfucker? Time, motherfucker. Put it in a happy rhyme, motherfucker. It's clock o'clock. Bang, bang, tick tock. Frog in a sock. Oil shock. 2 on consignment, 1 in stock. What's the time, motherfucker? Said clock o'clock. I said clock o'clock.
Tom Brady, Barry Bonds, Lynn Swann, and Greg Gutfeld went to my high school.
Damn, dude, that high school is probably filled with drugs. No, I'm just kidding. Cow Palace Dave, damn, dude. Tom Brady, Barry Bonds, and Lynn Swann, and Greg. Dude, that's a fucking, that area is producing some bangers. And for a lot of you people, we only know Barry Bonds and Tom Brady. Like, let's be honest, most of the crowd here doesn't know the other guys. But at least most people know Tom Brady. Just Tom Brady and Barry Bonds alone, juice me up.
Looks like my little lass needs
a
shaving.
Hey, Joe. Can we please one night of monetize this do the Wheel of Punishment for Gargut since he has taken 2 months to send the belt Wheel of Punishment. Also next time we have a championship night we gotta have a gigantic party time.
I'm down. Listen, we have to make championship night huge. If it's not, that monetize this championship is going to be on the line soon. And Jake is on the mend. It's about time he might have to put that thing up, no doubt about it. Debbie Jr. Thank you for the donation. Debbie. Now enjoy this.
I'm surprised he didn't talk about that last night.
Dude, he would make an altered course correction just to see if he could sniff her fucking tracks, like wherever she is in that state. Like, I mean, he wouldn't even go over her house or do anything like that. He would just simply go to the state, try to figure out where she is that day, and smell. Like, if she was shopping, he would try to smell the peas of canned peas that she picked up at the store and put back down again. And then he would take the can home with him and masturbate on it.
I bet he would sniff her toilet seat.
I think he was working his way that way with Leah, and then now Leah hates him again, so now it's now that's kind of gone away. Now he's just scared.
I love when Joe's thing speeds up.
Yeah, I was going to say that right now too.
Oh,
yeah, he's kind of weird.
Well, it's so, I don't want to be a dead fucking meat lips here, but like I love him. Don't get me wrong. We love Drew, but that man is so obnoxiously awkward on the air.
Yeah, he is.
And he always like, that's the Midwest for you.
Yeah, those dad jokes. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah. That was so bad.
But like gay dad jokes too.
Retarded dad jokes.
Yeah, like the dad that you beat up at the baseball game because his son cost the game. You know what I mean? Like his son cost your kid the game, and so you kick his ass. That's him.
Yeah.
What a cunt.
Yeah, he's the umpire you can argue from a strike to a ball, and you're like, okay, you're right.
No, he's the umpire that goes home when you start arguing balls and strikes. He goes, you know what? That's fine. I'm going home now. That's him right there.
Walks away. He's got a little sheet of toilet paper stuck to his fucking boots.
If you got a dick, I'll follow you.
Yeah.
That's what he says to the other coach.
Dude, he sounds like if Eeyore was gay.
If you got a dick, I'll follow you.
we should start calling him Gay Eeyore.
Oh no, Gay Eeyore.
What have you got to show?
He kind of sounds like Dr. Earl.
Your fucking DMs. What do you got to show that's going to expose me?
Oh
man.
If you're gay, I'll follow you.
Man, imagine
what are you
Dr.
trying
Earl.
to prove, JB?
What do you want from me? Why are you doing this? Sounds like a fucking robot toy. Sounds like Drew if he was a speak and spell.
I hope you fuck yourself.
By the way, speaking of fucking yourself.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Drew. Are you a dickhead? Remember that?
Yeah.
Fucking Tommy.
Oh, wait, the night when he donated?
Yeah, the Fintons make the burger world go round or whatever.
Yeah,
And
fat bottom
Tommy's just
Fintons.
Like, Drew, you know what? Are you a dickhead?
What are you, some kind of
question?
Yeah, he goes, what are you, some kind of dickhead or something? Because off the air, you act all nice to me. And here you treat me like a shithead or whatever the fuck, yeah.
Hey, that wasn't that he was like, he's fucking dead.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And then you shit out a dead man's life. He's fucking dead! You fucking...
Classic.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that face.
It is, oh my god, where's that clip at? We need that whole thing. Let's review that. Give it a rating.
With the whole fucking thing. Yeah, I'll play it. I'll review that 1,000,000 times over if I want it.
Well, let's do it.
All right, I'll look for it while we...
expired.
Find it right. Didn't you upload that though with the fun times with 2010 or something like that?
But I don't know if I got all of it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes stuff gets cut out. I feel like the raw one would be way better, but...
Dude, you should pull that up.
I just stopped. You know, people have been yelling at me recently because I keep like pulling up old clips because I think it's funny.
I'll tell whoever those people are, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, they're like, here he goes again, and I'm like, I don't know. Somebody brought it up in the chat and said to play it, and so I did. I don't know. And I did.
That's what we want to do. Sounds like fun, and most people like it.
Most
the needs of the many outweigh the few.
Oh, Big Fuego deleted his comment. I don't know what it just says deleted. That's weird. Why would it even show up? Why wouldn't it just delete it?
Deleted or retracted?
No, he probably decided not to ask that question or whatever he asked, but he took it away. But it says deleted on it. Like, why does it say deleted? What the fuck?
Sold. I'm just kidding.
I don't get it. Oh, is that the clip that you wanted to hear? I don't know what's funny about that though. You sent me this clip to play that. What I just played is from over a year ago. That's from a year and a half ago. It was me, JB, and Moon. That was a year and a half ago. I listened to that timestamp. I don't know what's funny about that clip. It's funny. I like our interaction. I like our show. I like when we were doing we do Corrupted. Corrupted coming back, by the way, but I just don't understand in that clip what the significance to this situation is. Unless you're trolling me. But yeah, it was good to hear some funny interaction there, but I don't know what the significance of that clip is at all. It doesn't sound, it's not really, I don't know, there's there's way more savagery that we did making fun of each other and stuff like that. I don't really understand. I don't know, man. And then plus the one that I played the other day, I put up the thing where we made fun of the Space Force outfits. Remember the Space Force uniforms? I made fun of them. That's up there too. I don't know. But so I don't know what about that clip you wanted to look at. I'm not sure. I don't know. I just don't get it. It's a good clip, but I guess it was. I'd listen to that whole episode. I like it, but I just don't get what the specific thing in that was. I pulled the Space Force thing out of that other episode because at least that was a topic. We were making fun of the Space Force outfits, which was hilarious. They look ridiculous. So we just made horrific fun of this guy who looks like, this guy's going to space. This shit was hilarious. The fucking Space Force outfit has goddamn stars on it or whatever that is. What is he gonna blend in with the cosmically blend into to space? This is from a year and a half ago as well. By the way, what's funny is we sat there making fun of this guy, D Moon, me and JB made fun of this guy. This guy looks like D Moon. D Moon shit on him some of the most, and he fucking looks like D Moon. I think that's the funniest thing of this whole thing is that he looks like goddamn D Moon. That's what's funny. Jesus. And by the way, Derek Hance, you're right in the chat, man. No doubt about it. Listen, this guy wasn't the right color. If he had been white, they would have been like, oh. But also not enough people died too. That's the other thing. If not enough people die, they don't cover it. They don't care to cover it less enough people die. You got to be the right color. It's got to fit the narrative of a white person. And if it's not a white person, then they're like, oh, no, let's not cover that. And then if there's not more than 3 or 4 people dead, they're like, oh, this is nothing. Dude, I've seen them not cover 6 people dead. They're looking for 20 or 15 or more. If there's not more than 15, they're just like, no, that's not going to work for us. So I've seen that. I want to go to space. I'm Hannibal TV. I'm going to go to space. Where's CM Punk gives away shoes? Let's see if we can find what this guy looks like. Oh, here it is. Let's look. Oh, I got the clip from AEW. Okay, let me take a look. CM Punk gives away Air Jordans. I guess the kid kind of smiles a little bit. By the way, this guy ripped off the Sneaker Addict's picture. Just want to shout out Sneaker Addict, friend of mine. But yeah, he's kind of smiling there. He's got the glasses on, cover it up, make it look good, Yeah, this is cool. No big deal. I'm rich. I'm rich already. I don't know. These is nothing. Okay, what's up, CM Punk? Okay. It's got to be the first time a Jewish guy ever gave a Christian man something free. Thank you. I'm going to stay in character. I don't know. Who knows if he even knows what Jordans are? He probably doesn't know what Jordan is. But I don't know Jordan. Who's Jordan? Kobe's dead. I don't know who Jordan is. I don't know what he's thinking. He's probably thinking the Dodgers are going to win. That's what he's thinking. Fucking Dodgers are going to win. Yeah, that's what he's thinking. That kid is not a sneakerhead, and he's not poor either. There's neither one is happening. Because if you're poor and someone hands you Jordans and you're not a sneakerhead, but The Jordans are like those shoes are like, I thought those shoes were $300, and then you guys are like, nah, dude, that's like $1,500, like $1,000 right there. And I'm like, really? So, wow. So like, I mean, like, even if I was that kid and I was getting $300 shoes or whatever I was getting, at least I'd be like, oh shit, I'm gonna get the PlayStation. I'm gonna be able to get the PlayStation. I'm gonna sell these fucking things for the PlayStation. You know, maybe even take the shoelaces off it and keep them. Like CM Punk gave me these, but then sell the shoes for like a discount. Like, hey, you know, $300, but they're $250 because they're missing the shoelaces. You know, or hey, $800. They're supposed to be $1,200, but they're missing the shoelaces. And then you can keep the shoelaces, so you always have those because CM Punk gave you the shoes, but you keep the shoelaces. It's cool. And then you buy your new PlayStation 5 or whatever the fuck you wanted. You know? Boom. But this motherfucker's in full character mode. Full character. Pretty cool. Pretty cool shit. You know, I give him credit for, you know, being a little bit excited. You know, I got to give you some credit on that. No doubt about it, man. That's a nice thing. We talked about Jody Sweden earlier, man. Dude, I'm just gonna have dreams tonight. I'm gonna have dreams all night long. And yeah, I've seen everyone keeps still sending me the picture of the Lady Gaga lady who's like the weird interpreter that has to interpret the Lady Gaga songs so that she can, like, you know, do for the deaf people. Why would a deaf person be? By the way, she's there literally to trigger you guys. Like, do you realize that? Like, I'm not even that fucking concerned about this shit. I got to be honest, guys. I'm not offended by this. Now, I am concerned for the people that bring their 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds to these concerts. That's a little bizarre. But you know what? I got to be honest, guys. I'm going to keep it real for you. When I was 12 years old, I'm pretty sure I was watching fucking crazy shit. Like, I was listening to Howard Stern describe a sausage going into a girl's pussy on the radio. I was listening to George Carlin. I was listening to Eddie Murphy. I was watching, like, Real Sex on HBO, like, in the middle of the night when my parents are sleeping, and VHS taping it. You know, I was watching Pink Floyd The Wall. I was watching wrestling, the WrestleMania 12 time. I think I was watching Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Fucking Friday. Every fucking thing you can think of. I was goddamn fucking watching it. I was watching Marilyn Manson VHS tapes where he would put his dick on a security guard and then hump him in his G-string thing while he was like, and just fucking weird shit. Beavis and Butthead were killing frogs and just fucked up shit. So, like, as an 11 and 12 and 13-year-old going through all that, I don't know, man. Something about some... Oh, my God. That is way too fucking loud. It just blew my asshole off. Who the fuck sent me this? Fuck you, Trailbound. For some reason, this fucking girl just pantomiming fucking WAP. What's the line right there, by the way? What is it? Come down my throat and fuck face me or something like that? What is the line where she stops singing right there? What a fucking whore. I love it. You know, so for everybody to pretend like, oh my God, this is why the children are... Like, dude, you sound like all the conservative people from the late 90s and the mid 90s. I think my only problem is the double standard in entertainment. How come, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. The double standard in entertainment. Baby, it's cold outside. You can't play that, right? It's like illegal or something pretty much. So Baby, It's Cold Outside offends people, so we got to ban it. But this song is so good that let's make sure that we have a sign language person on stage to tell everybody about the cum swallowing, cum guzzling whore baggery that we're talking about here. What the fuck is this? Who should be in trouble are the parents that bring anybody who's under 13 going to this show. I mean, it's very strange, right? It's a little weird. It's a little strange. It's one of those things, like, it's a judgment call. Like, listen, if you want to bring your 10-year-old, like, there's some people that listen to my show that, like, people hey, remember we had a kid call in the show one time? He was like 9. He's like, hey, Joe. And I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Listen, you shouldn't be listening to me. And he's like, me and my uncle listen to you all the time. And I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, I am definitely not for kids, really. I mean, that's a little bizarre. And even when I was listening to Howard Stern when I was 10, I mean, he was on the radio, so he couldn't say, like, some of the things I can say. So I don't know. But then again, it was pretty fucked up, I guess. But, again, it's a judgment call. As long as your kid isn't walking around trying to swallow people, I mean, that's when it's, like, weird, right? That's when it's weird. Like, if your kid's walking around trying to be like Marilyn Manson and teabag people while singing The Beautiful People in a fucking G-string and he's jerking off in front of people, I mean, like, then, you got a problem, right? Even if your daughter is going around like, I want to, like, okay, like, you got a problem, all right? You're going to have a problem. Maybe, and listen, if the kid's 14, I mean, what are you going to do? Do you know what the fuck I was doing when I was 14 and listening to? I was fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of the shit that I did and said when I was 14 is fucking crazy now. Like, I hear it, I'm like, wow. So, listen, if I grew up to be, well, I'm a bad example, but if I grew up to be, I never hurt anybody really physically, or would never want to hurt someone. For the most part, I help people out in the real life. I help them if something's going on. Right? So my only thing is that I'm not a very stable person, right? As far as job-wise, as far as life, with, like, regimented, I've got ADD. But that's shit that I would have had anyway, so that doesn't even matter. My worst attributes come from my genetic makeup, right? And maybe some abandonment issues or something from my father dying. Nothing's coming from, like, really coming out of, like, me. Well, I'm coming all right sometimes. But nothing's really coming out of me, like, being like, oh, I watched Marilyn Manson and Beavis and Butthead and Howard Stern when I was a kid. I watched R and X-rated movies when I was a kid. None of that, I don't think, really is coming into play of, like, my real-life personality in real life. The only thing that it has an effect on is my entertainment factor. When I'm talking about things or trying to be entertaining or whatever, those build up my artistic makeup, but they don't make up my real personal. Like, when I saw that cop in trouble that day, I didn't think, man, fuck the police. Like, I didn't go back to, like, hey, I used to listen to NWA like crazy. I used to listen to NWA in my room and all the things that they said about cops and the man and people and what's going on. And, that didn't affect me. I went, oh, that's their perspective and their creative art. I understand that. Like, and there are cops that are bad, and there are people that are bad. But the other day when I'm driving down the road and I see a cop chasing a guy and he gets in trouble, and I pull over and I help the cop. Like, so that didn't affect me. I didn't go, oh, I'm supposed to hate cops. Fuck this, man. Now, it's like, no, I didn't fucking do that. And just like, oh, Marilyn Manson just dry humps people, and puts on a G-string and then comes on them. Like, and then beats up security guards and then treats all of his fucking fellow musicians fucked up and then talks about sucking a cock and then talks about the devil. I'm not devil worshiping. I'm not fucking trying to rape somebody. It's like none of that stuff because it's not, I understand it's an art, And guess what? We used to watch WWE and walk around school all day in middle school, Leah brought this up to me yesterday. We used to walk around middle school all day. Suck it. Suck it. Remember the Shawn Michaels thing? Dude, we did the fucking Shawn Michaels thing in school. Like, we did that. Fucking suck it. We would get up and be like, oh, yeah, suck it, you motherfucker. Suck it. We all had factions. Did you guys have factions in middle school like we did? I was in 7th grade. And we had different factions in the lunch tables because everybody was fucking watching wrestling in my school. Dude, I don't know, and maybe some of you guys weren't like this around the country, but in the Northeast, in Boston, and anywhere in Massachusetts, and especially New England and New York, dude, it was everybody was watching wrestling. It was so crazy that the WWE came to Massachusetts fucking 7 times, like, in a month once. It was nuts. They were in Springfield, Worcester, New Hampshire, Boston, Worcester, and then they went to Lowell. They went to fucking Lowell, the Lowell Memorial Auditorium, for Christ's sake. So everyone was watching wrestling, and the WWE knew this. The WWE knew this. Everybody's watching wrestling, especially in Massachusetts and New York and New England. Any Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, this whole northeastern corridor. Now, I know the rest of the country was watching too. I know you guys were watching too, but I'm just saying the Northeast was something else, including Canada. Like, it was fucking wild over here. Okay, and we were walking around in 7th grade. How old were you in 7th grade? I'm not sure. What were we, 12 and 13? Walking around, suck it, suck this nut, like, suck my dick, suck it. Hey, I hope you, just like doing these weird things with our, like, it was just fucking crazy. The teachers were just like, they would say, they'd be like, what are you doing? Finally, the teachers just gave up. The fucking teachers gave up. They were like, they just ignored it. Now, I know there was some schools that, like, they would try to ban it and stuff like that. Like, what, our teachers, I feel like, got it. They were like, okay, there's this thing going on, And then the kids would try to play it off too, like, oh no, it's like an X. That's what it is. But you were like, suck it. Like, the teachers were like, what the fuck, suck it? What are you doing? What is going on? Can you imagine nowadays? You know what I mean? And this was the boys mostly, right? Like, the girls not really as much. Some of the girls were into it, but I mean, mostly it was the boys. Can you imagine if all the males in the school right now were running around going, hey, suck it, and your daughter was at school and she's like, I don't know what's going on. But all the boys at school every day are like, suck it, suck this. Like, I don't know what's happening. So what, now that the fucking women want to walk around like, like, now you're going to get upset? Like, I mean, come on, guys. Let's be better. Look, come on. You know what it is? We're all just jealous. We're all just fucking jealous. We wish that these women existed when we went to school. We went to school, a bunch of other guys were telling us to suck their dicks. We're just fucking pissed off. It was off. It was terrible. All a bunch of guys were like, oh, suck my dick. Suck it. Like, but now you go to school in middle school and the girls are like, I want to drip it down my throat. Come in fucking. And it's like, oh my God. Why? What? No. Why didn't we go to school now? What? I spent fucking hours trying to get goddamn Kristen's clothes off. And I couldn't get her fucking clothes off because Britney Spears was singing like, if you wanna be with me, there's a price to pay. You gotta do it the right way. Now it's like, give it, covet. Fuck! No! Fuck! Why didn't I go to school now? And in the 70s, everyone was like on drugs, so they were just taking their clothes off. They didn't need a song to sing about it. They were just doing it. They were like, I'm on drugs, fucking love me, I don't care. And no wonder the 90s was full of angst and all the fucking grunge bands and all the anger because all the boys had nowhere to put their dicks because the girls were like, oh no, you gotta do the right thing. You gotta make the right move. You gotta say the right thing. Like, fuck, how many fucking rules do you have? That's why in the 90s we were so angry. And now it's like, it's just out the window. The 70s was like, okay, practically rape me, I'm on drugs too. And the 80s, you know, was similar. But by the 90s, it was like, oh no, you gotta make the right move. And it's like, oh fuck, even in the early 2000s. But now we're just mad at what's her fucking name? Not Beyonce. What's her name? The WAP girl or the pussy, the wet pussy, whatever her name, Cardi B, whatever the fuck her name is. We're just mad because finally, like, it's like I can't go back to middle school and get and you know, make this happen again. You know, spending time over my girlfriend's house, being like, hey, let's kiss. Hey, maybe something else will happen. And then it's like, no, you gotta do the right thing. And it's like, oh fuck, and you're like angry as a kid, you know, in a high school. And then you finally make it happen at some point in 10th or 11th. But now it's just like, give it, girl. Like, it's just fucking, I don't know. Anyway, I think you understand where I'm going with this. The fuck? I don't know, man. I probably should get off the air. Cardi B, right? Yeah, that's Cardi B. Now the world's fucked. Now the world's fucked. Now it's like, dude, it's so fucking weird. In the 90s, it was like, you gotta do the right thing the right way, or you're not giving it up at all. And then but then they really would give it up. That was the thing. So really, like, a lot of people were angry for no reason because they would give it up. That's the thing. But they made you think they wouldn't. You had to work for it. But no, they really would give it up. I gotta do the right thing if you want to get with me. You gotta do the right thing, do the right way. But really, like, all you had to do was be a hot guy. And if you were a hot guy, then they'd just fuck the shit out of you. So that's really what the key is. Just be a hot guy. You know, that's really been the key all along, except the 70s. In the 70s, you could be a big, fat, tubby, granola, hairy piece of shit. And as long as you had a peace sign on your shirt and you had some kind of weird weed or ketamine, you know, the girl's probably going to suck you off. All right. But now everyone's confused because now the women are like, now it's a trap. Now it's not like, you got to do the right thing. And then they just fuck. Now it's like, go ahead and get it. Got it, girl. And then you go up to the girl and you're like, oh shit, yo, what up, baby? What up, Sarah? Yeah, I heard you singing that shit. Yo, girl, listen, I'm gonna stuff my dick in you. How about that? Oh my god, me too. Ah! People don't know what the fuck to do. You're telling us you're gonna give it and gurgle and fucking, and then you fucking call the police. I take it back. This is the worst time ever. This is so fucking confusing. What is going on? Give it, gurgle. Oh, I wanna stuff it, tuck it, lick it, stick it. Me too. He tried to rape me. Don't try to rape me. Try to get my text messages. Oh. Fucking world's weird. I don't understand anything. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know. And every girl has an OnlyFans now, too. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I had an OnlyFans 5 years ago. 7 years ago, maybe. I don't remember. It wasn't about sex back then, though. It was just a way to connect with fans. It was OnlyFans went from, like, it's like a membership page to, like, oh, my tits are behind the paywall. You know? Oh, it's a different thing. Fernando Rodriguez. What's up, man? Ryan the Heel. Shout out to the Dodgers and to the Red Sox and Giants. And look at the poll. Let's take a look at the poll. A lot of you other baseball fans came in the room since we started this stream. 106 votes. Obviously, someone else is winning. But Dodgers is in second place for you guys. But obviously, a lot of you guys are fans of the Astros or somebody, you know, some other teams. And maybe your team got eliminated and you're just salty and you just chose someone else because you're pissed. But Dodgers, pretty big following in here. Obviously, I'm from Boston. I'm going to pick the Red Sox. Tampa Bay, I mean, I didn't even put Tampa Bay on the list. What the fuck is in the water in Tampa? Can we figure out what's in the water? By the way, if you guys want to donate, the link is in the description box. If you guys like streams like this, it seems like you kind of do. I don't know if I'll ever do one again at this time, but if you love streams like this, let me know. Streamlab link down below, Elements link down below, or Super Chat right there. Drop me a topic, say something. Let's say something to me. But what was I just saying? Oh, yeah, Tampa Bay. What the fuck is up with Tampa? Were they on drugs over there? Got goddamn Tampa Bay Lightning winning the Stanley Cup twice, right? And then you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win the fucking Super Bowl. And now you got the Tampa Bay Rays, who have like one of the best records in baseball. They're just on fire. What the fuck is going on in Tampa? Why do these weird coordinated efforts for teams to start doing well in one area seem to happen all the time? This happened in Boston too, right, guys? The minute the Patriots won this, let's just reflect. I know I've said this before, but the fact of the matter is, in 1999 and in the year 2000, I was a 17-year-old man boy. And none of my, I was 16 actually. Wait, how old was I? Fuck, I don't even know how old I was. I was 16. None of my teams had won, right? Celtics, I was in diapers, right? Patriots, never won. Watched them my whole childhood and teen life. 16 years old. Patriots never won. Boston Bruins, never won. Red Sox hadn't won in 80-something years. Celtics hadn't won since I was in diapers. Then suddenly the Patriots win a Super Bowl in 01. Then the Red Sox come close in 03. Then the Red Sox win in 04. And the Patriots win in 03 and 04. And then the Patriots go to the Super Bowl with a perfect season in 07. The Celtics win the NBA Finals. And then the fucking Patriots win again. The Red Sox win, break the curse in 04. Then they win again in 07, whatever. Fucking 13. Just everyone's winning everywhere. Winning. 2011, the Boston Bruins win the fucking cup. I mean, there was like a span of like 15 years in Boston where it was just fire. I mean, it wasn't that great because, I mean, they were all spread out kind of, but it was pretty good. Pretty goddamn good in Boston. From the years 2001 up until probably 2019, 2018 or 19, Boston has been wonderful for championships. You know, better than average for sure. Way better than average. But it felt like even more, it felt greater than that because we just lost all the time for so long, you know. I had a neighbor die that his dream was to watch the Red Sox win. The guy was 1 year younger than when the Red Sox won the World Series the first time. So he had never seen the Red Sox win the World Series. The guy was 80.
Billy, you cunt!
And he died.
Frog off!
Get ready, Joe. Tampa is good. They have 3 to 4 guys in their bullpen who throw at least 100 miles per hour. Their pitching is decent.
You know what, though, D. Welsh? I'm not concerned about 100. I mean, only because did you guys see the way that the Red Sox hit 100-mile-an-hour pitching the other night? The Red Sox were launching 100-mile-an-hour pitches. I mean, you're right, D. Welsh, and Cole had bad aim and everything. Red Sox have good numbers against Cole. Cole had some bad location issues the other night, no doubt about it. But, you know, I'm just not as, you know, whatever. Yes, I'm concerned a little bit. I think this is going to be rough, you know. Someone said to me on Twitter, hey, it doesn't matter who wins, the Yankees or the Red Sox, because the Rays are going to destroy them. And so that person could have been probably right, you know, because I did pick the Rays to face the Dodgers in the World Series. And listen, I like the Giants. I like you guys. I really do. I love the Giants. No doubt about it. I love you guys. I hope all your baseball teams do well. You know, I really do. But D. Welsh, man, thank you for that $5. Much appreciated. Thanks for being on Patreon, because I'm going to have podcasts with me and JB on Patreon. I'm going to have more of my podcasts like this on Patreon. Cole was throwing 100, D. Welsh. He hit 99 and 100 several times, D. Welsh. And the bullpen was throwing 100 too. Now, unless you're saying the gun was rigged, which I did cross my mind.
Super chat party!
Oh, shit. Jennifer Muppet Baby. What's up?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I only got regular, dial-up, internet in high school. Now, kids have internet in their pockets almost from birth. To me, that's why today is awful.
Yeah, Jennifer, I don't want to be the old fuddy-duddy person that's like, oh, nowadays this, that, and the other thing. But, dude, my kids don't even know what it's like. They don't even know. You know, our kids don't even know what it's like to not have this available and stuff. I mean, some people's kids do because the parents don't let them have it, and but it's just, I don't know. It's such a crazy time. Like, these kids just get all this all the stuff that the gut rolled out to us over the course of 2 to 5 years, every 2 to 5 years, right? Think about it. I bring this up all the time, and Jennifer, you know what I'm talking about because you and me are the same age, kind of. Or did you say you're older than me? Maybe you said you were older than me. I forget. But we grew up with, jumping on your bicycle and going to your friend's house. Then we grew up with, maybe I can get a phone line in my room like my friend has. That was the luxury, was I got my own phone line in my room. And most of us didn't have that. 1 out of 4 people, I think, had that. And at some point I did get one. I got a line in my room. But it wasn't until I was like 12. I was like 13 or 12. So from like 12 to 15, I had my own phone line. And then I got rid of it, whatever. And then we had AIM. We just used AIM all the time. And we chatted with our friends on AIM, on the internet. Just like we chat now on phones, but we didn't have phones, so we did it on the internet. But we had to be at a desktop computer to do it. So we got all this technology rolled out to us, and we learned it and got into it. But now, when our kids are born, they got it. Which I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. It feels weird, but they're just using all the technology that's there for them. So I don't know. It's very interesting. Like, think about it. Like, when we were kids, we had to when we were kids for a minute, we were into writing letters to people so that we could write to people. You know what I mean? Like, we were into Mom, can I send someone a letter? Can I have a pen pal? In the late 80s and early 90s, we were like, can I have a pen pal? Can I write to somebody? Hey, if you want something done, mail somebody or call somebody on the phone. I don't know what that number is. I need to mail the library or go to the library to find out. We went through that, and then all of a sudden in 1993, we started being able to go and connect to the internet on a computer. And it was very interesting but rare to do it. So it was like a luxury when you got a chance to do it from 93, and certainly if you were before 93, but 93 to 1997. But by 97 and 98, everybody pretty much had some kind of internet. They had the dial-up or something by 97, 98. Most people had the internet by then. And then certainly people by 2000 had it. And by then they had the full-speed cable or the cable connection instead of the modem. And they ditched the modem. So, yeah, it's just crazy. And then emails was everything. You just did everything was email. And, it's just, we could do a whole podcast on going through the years, like year by year, what was introduced and what we were doing during that time. And that's something that's been suggested to me to do, and I might do it, but, I got to have the time to do it. And is it worth it for me to do it? I don't know. And everything comes down to being worth it for me that way.
Did you just donate to Joe? Did you just donate to Joe?
Smitster.
Thank you for the donation. And because you donated, I'm going to fist myself in the bunghole.
Smitster says, Tori Wilson and Sable lesbian segments kicked off my puberty. Hey, man, it's good to see everybody in here. Emmanuel Perez. Dude, what's up? You're an OG. Anyway, I'm going to be taking off in a few minutes, so if you guys got something else, feel free to let me know. But I really am so happy to see a lot of you guys and some of the old school people in here. Truthlock, who picked up the phone? I was downloading a porno. Exactly. 9-year deal worth $320 million. What? Cole's a bitch. He is. Getty Lee, what up? Can you please explain why Vincent McMahon brought back everyone but the guy who has given him the biggest ratings ever, Vince Russo? I don't know. I think that what people don't understand is it's not about just Vince Russo, and it's not about just Jim Cornette or just about Vince or anybody. It's about that mix of people and the ideology that they had, right? So we're never going to get that chemistry back because the ideology isn't there. You know, the ideology isn't there for Vince McMahon. You know, and we definitely got to clip me freaking out earlier in this stream because I think that would be clippable. The ideology just isn't there. If they had the ideology of we're going to do anything it takes and week to week we're going to fucking like, then you'd bring in Vince Russo and Vince and they could all write again and probably be pretty good again, probably. But they don't have that ideology, so it's pointless to even try to bring him in, you know. And again, Vince Russo is good if he's working with Vince McMahon. Vince Russo's not so good by himself. Left to his own devices, we saw, you know, Vince Russo is kind of a mess. But when Vince Russo is in with McMahon, Jim Cornette, and maybe one or two others, and they have a filter system set up, we saw the results of that. Pretty goddamn good. And even when Vince Russo left WWE, and went to WCW, you saw that WWE was able to still make good storylines and still do things. Although I would say that you're missing a little bit, no doubt about it. You're missing a little bit of that flair that Vince Russo had. But when Vince Russo went to WCW, it was just off the fucking chart of dumb. You know? Listen, bro. Tony Schiavone's idea to make David Arquette WCW champion, was it? Well, Tony Schiavone's kind of a fucking weirdo. Yikes. You're blaming that on Schiavone? God damn. There was too many cooks in the kitchen, too, in WCW. Like, they were all over the place. They don't know what the fuck was up. You know? But that being said, thank you to everybody for being here, man. Shout out to Jennifer D. Welsh, Debba Die, Kyle Palace Dave, and Six. Oh, no, it was last night. But, well, shout out to Six anyway. Thank you all for being here and hanging out with me for this stream. We talked a little baseball, a little bit of this, that, and the other thing. What's this about? I don't even know what that means. I honestly look like crap, Joe Compton says. Well, I'll be the judge of that. You might be a sexy beast, brother. I can't smell anything right now, so if I could like somebody could die in the room with me, and 10 days could go by, and I could walk in the room, I wouldn't even know it because I can't smell anything right now. Okay? It's sufferable. Oh, Cole signed a 9-year deal worth $324 million. I see what you're saying, D. Welsh. My bad. Appreciate that. I couldn't understand what you were saying. Now I get it. I get you. I got the Nike logo right there, by the way.
Fuck that ass pussy.
Oh, why would you say that?
Fuck that ass pussy.
Oh, my God, bro.
Fuck that ass pussy.
Come on, stop it. Stop it.
Fuck that ass pussy.
Oh, my God. Come on, man. Why you got to do that?
You shoot me? Joe, I swear to God, if you don't stop, I will shoot you, Joe Cronin.
Oh, my God. Well, we're going to see. Oh, yeah, we want to talk about the earthquake. I can't believe we didn't talk about this. There's a fucking earthquake in Japan, dude. So I don't know what's going on, but I know. So I was going to monitor the tsunami activity because God knows nobody wants a tsunami. But there's an earthquake in Japan right now. It's a magnitude 6-ish, it looks like. Magnitude 5.9 earthquake that just Japan's northwestern area. And it looks like there won't be a tsunami because it was too inland, I think, to be a tsunami. And they're right in there, but it is right in that pouch there. But it looks like they're not going to get a tsunami, so that's great. It was just a safety alert on the phones. The earthquake hit, but nothing. Buildings rattled, things moved, but people are without power right now. But no tsunami warning because of its location was in a safer spot. And hopefully nobody's hurt, it looks like, so far. I don't know what the reports are. It's hard to get a report out here. I've been looking all over the place. Nobody gives like enough. It's like, I mean, but we've had them in L.A. recently a bunch too. Last couple of years, you know, we've had L.A.
Did
get
you just donate to
4.6.
Joe? Did you just donate to Joe? Thank you for the donation.
Oh.
And because you donated, I'm going to feast myself in the bunghole.
Oh. Jody Sweeten, more like Jody Sweet Tits, says Gargot's Deportation Fund. I emptied my ball bag. 3-way with Kimmy Gibbler. Dude, I would smash Kimmy Gibbler. Remember a redhead from Boy Meets World? Yeah, I remember her. A porn star now. What, Tabitha? Tabecca? I don't fucking remember. But I appreciate the dono. Thanks for the donation, Gargot's Deportation Fund. Gargot's Deportation Fund. God damn, that's savage name there. Gargot's Deportation Fund. Deporte, practica deportes. Buenos tardes, buenos tardes, practica deportes. With me and mi madre, mi pap, soy tu papi. I don't know, I'm sorry. Bro, I went to AEW Philly last night. New York show was a lot better. Felt very rushed last night with a ladder match. Yeah, it wasn't as good, but it was still good. It was good, but wasn't as good, Alex Oli. I would say that. Why couldn't it have been China? I agree. China doesn't get earthquakes. They get like landslides and epidemics and disease. China gets disease, mudslides, droughts, and like they poison the earth more than anybody. In America, we get kind of like a little bit of everything, you know? And then Australia gets wildfires, droughts, and earthquakes, right? Australia. Mr. Pico Boulevard, you're right. I didn't read the whole dono because I don't want to get canceled. Even Red Sox, I can't read that. You know what? I got to get it to read, Mr. Pico. I think if you donate a little more, it reads it. You know? But I think if it's under $5, it doesn't read it. I don't know. I got to fix the thing so it reads all of them. Sometimes it doesn't read the little ones. Kind of bullshit, though. You know, Philip Roberts, he won't just say that I love your videos. Oh, hey, I just want to say I love your videos. Thank you, Philip Roberts. I love you. I appreciate you guys stopping by all the time, watching all my videos, whatever they are, and hitting the likes and sharing them and doing the things you guys do. You guys are the best. I really appreciate that, guys. I you know, and I'm sick today. You guys have been great for me. You know, much appreciated. And so here's a commercial break. I'm just kidding. Probably going to get out of here, though. I will catch you guys later tonight, potentially, if I decide to do Out of Nowhere with anybody. Otherwise, you know, I don't know how much time we have left on this platform and this earth. You never know. Any day could be last, you know? So you never know when any day could be the last day, so I hope you guys take care, everybody, and everything. And you have a good day. And I appreciate everything, man. Oh, I spilled more real sex than Exxon. That's pretty funny. Mr. Pico, I missed that part, I guess. That's okay to say. China, the land of the free.
Fuck that ass pussy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the school shooter was a black guy. Yeah, that's why they didn't talk about it, yeah. Well, I mean, one of the reasons why, though, is because it was a targeted shooting. It wasn't like a there's actually been a couple of white shooters too recently, but they were targeted too. They were like, I'm mad at my ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend things. Unless it's a mass shooting thing, they don't care. You know, it's got to be more than 10 people die. If a white guy shoots more than 10 people, they'll cover it. But if it's just some guy shooting somebody, it's just another, Chicago, that happens every night. Nobody cares. We know that, man. It's got to fit into the agenda the right way, for them to talk about it on the news. And that was JB. Thanks, JB, for the heads up. Now, I did notice that. Derek Hance brought that up earlier, too. What is this? I like how people from my old city are still messaging me. People are like, oh, we're going to be voting on this week. Do you want, I'm like, dude, I fucking moved out of the city 3 years ago now. I don't live out there, you idiots. Stop fucking messaging me about shit. Steve Kalan says, what's up to the JCS Army? Do we really have an army now, though, or do we really just have a bunch of people that pretend to be the army and then couldn't care if I was shit on all day, Is it really an army anymore, really? I mean, come on. Let's be honest.
Looks like my little lass needs a shaving.
All right, time to go to work. I'll see you guys. Keep it hard. See you tonight, probably, maybe. I don't know.
Become a member of the Cronin Club by going to patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Get 8 hours of bonus content a week not seen on YouTube. YouTube doesn't like the controversial stuff, but I am free to do what I want to do on Patreon. They won't be taking down these videos, so get the following for just $5 a month. Access to polls, the Corrupted podcast every week, Morning Madness, the ability to download all audio to save your data plan, episodes of Monetize This uploaded in audio form, all of my audio song parodies available for download and listenability on the Patreon app, direct contact with me, the community, on your PC or the Patreon mobile app. All this and so much more available on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Join the Cronin Club today.